I actually want to welcome each and every one of you. We make mathematics simple for each and every one of us so that when we come together in this class, we'll be able to treat mathematics. You should be able to be independently solve questions. I want to work on algebra. You will discover that I have talked about open sentences. When they say open sentence, it is the basic level of algebra. When we say open sentence, it means a sentence that is said that is not closed, as if to say that is not concluded on its own, that it needed something to make the question complete. That is what we mean by open sentence. And then by the time you go through the previous episode where I discuss open sentence, you'll be able to understand more about that. Now, this is just a step further. When we say, for example, 3 plus 7 equals something, that's something that they didn't tell us make that statement to be opened. Until we fix that answer, we won't be able to get complete sentence. I will say 2 plus 3 equals 5. Now, when 2 plus 3 equals 5, don't expect that person to do anything if you stop your statement like that. 2 plus 3 equals 5. That is a complete sentence on its own. But by the time I say 2 plus x equals 5, I've made the sentence opened. Now, the x that I put there is not the answer, rather is the representation of the answer. It is a representation of what I will be looking for. So by using variable to replace the answer or to replace a particular gap is what basically algebra means. Example that I mentioned earlier, like 3 plus x equals 5. That means we have to devise a means to look for the value of that x. Now I have some examples like that. X plus 5 equals to 7. X plus 5 equals to 7. That means there is something that needed to be added to 5 that will give us 7. Opposite of a symbol is what will help us to quickly and easily determine what the answer should be. And under this, I will quickly give you the opposite of some of the symbols that we'll be using often. Addition. The opposite of addition is subtraction. When we have multiplication, the opposite of multiplication will be division. We also have what we call power. Power. The opposite of power is root and vice versa. So when we are having square raised to power 2, that means the opposite will be square root. That means the square root. So if we are having raised to power 3, that means we are going to have cube root. Cube root will be the opposite. So by the time what we are looking for is being caged or is being held at ransom by division, what we are going to use is multiplication. We will soon get there. By that time we'll be hearing something like cross multiply. Then when multiplication is the one that is holding us at ransom, you'll be hearing something like divide both sides. Now look at this one. X plus 5 equals to 7. The second one is 3a plus 4 equals to 0. Then we have 2r minus 3 equals to 11. And we also have 6 plus y equals to 14 minus y. When we have x plus 5 equals to 7, you will see the next step to take. The next step to take is to look at what we need and what is disturbing us. What we need there exactly is x, but that plus 5 is the problem. We will look for how to take away that plus 5. We can do it like this by just saying that subtract 5 from both sides. X plus 5 minus 5 equals 7 minus 5. By the time you subtract 5 from both sides, you see your results. And once you get the result, there is no other thing to do again. You have gotten the answer. That is the value of x that I'll be looking for. So if you try to insert the value into the given equation, you will see that the statement will be closed. That will be you use 2 to replace x, and you say 2 plus 5 equals 7. So that is perfect. And the second one, 3a plus 4 equals 0. So the first thing, don't forget that I said when we look at what we need and we look at the disturbance. In this one now, we don't have only one disturbance, we have 2. Now the first one, we are having 3a plus 4 equals to 0. Plus 4 is a problem, then 3 is a problem. So the first thing to do is to now look at the farthest problem. You know, 3a, 3 is very close to a, but plus 4. So that plus 4 is the farthest problem now. So we take that one away first. So we just say subtract 4 from both sides. And several times you'll be hearing collect the like terms. You collect the like terms means variables will be in one side, then numbers will be in another side. That is the meaning of collect the like terms. We can see it that 3a plus 4 equals 0. So just subtract 4 from both sides. You have that next step. The only issue now is going to be 3, because you are having 3a equals minus 4. 3a equals minus 4. Then you divide both sides, because 3a means 3 times a. Now when you have 3 times a, you are going to divide both sides by that 3. You look for a way to take away that 3, and the only way is to operate it by the opposite of the sign that is bounding it. Now we have 3a, 3 times a, that will be 3a. So you divide. You will say that is when you be hearing divide both sides by 3. So when you do that, this is what you get as your result. It will be 2r minus 3 equals 11. So in this one, it is minus 3 that is farthest problem. So we take that minus 3 away and say collect like 10. Minus 3 is going to the other side and it will become plus 3. And if that is not the language you understand, if you understand the language of add 3 to both sides, fine, you can go by that. So because when you follow both of them, you are going to arrive at the same answer. So you are going to have the 2r equals 11 plus 3. Then 2r equals to 11 plus 3 actually will give you 14. Then 2 is the problem to get our r now. So you just need to say divide both sides by 2. When you divide both sides by 2, you get your answer. And that is the answer. That means r equals to 7. R equals to 7. So the last one, we are having 6 plus y equals 14 minus y. So with this now, you will see that the variable is in both sides. We have plus y here, we have minus y here. So what you are going to do, I will advise you that you should pay attention to your variable and see how you will work with variable, because variable is what you are actually looking for. So we are just going to pack variables to one side and pack numbers to one side. Then look at where minus y is, bring it to the other side where there is plus y. Then the number that is being attached to where your plus y is, take it to the other side. It is as if you are switching. Then when the question is 6 plus y equals to 14 minus y, then take 6 to the other side. When you take 6 to the other side, or you say subtract 6 from both sides, so you are going to have 14 minus 6, and that y that is minus, you know, you have 14 minus y, bring it to this side and you will have it this way. So your answer, y plus y equals 14 minus 6. So y plus y actually is going to give you 2y, and then 14 minus 6 is going to give you 8. So when you have that, the next thing, because you're already having 2y now and it's only y that we need, so you divide both sides by 2, because 2 is the one disturbing your y to stand alone. When you divide by 2, you have your final answer. You understand this? Then let's proceed. Questions now. Y minus 5 equals 16. We have 3a plus 4 equals 46. 9 equals to 2x minus 1. The next one is 1 over 4x equals 4. Now when you look at all of these, they are looking alike with the one that we have done before, except the last one. So that last one, I am going to explain to you how you are going to do that one as well. So you know, mathematics We have several ways of solving questions. We have several ways of responding to any question that they ask us. You just need to pick the easiest way that you quickly get your answer without any difficulty. This one now, I can first tell you that 1 over 4x is the same thing as x over 4. It's the same thing as x over 4. And when we have x over 4 equals 4, it is division that is disturbing our x there, because we have x over 4. X over 4 means x divided by 4. So, and whenever we come to such a thing, the next step is to use multiplication, because division is what is disturbing us. Then we use multiplication to get rid of it. That is when you'll be hearing something like cross multiplication. When we cross multiply like this, you just get your answer direct. That will be x times 1. It will give you x. And you have 4 times 4. It will give you 16. So x equals 16. And sum of x and 10 is what? That is still part of algebra. The sum of 10 and x is what? That is 10 plus x. That is what they expect you to say. Then when they say the product of 2 and x is what? That means they are asking you for the meaning of product. The meaning of product is multiplication. What is the product of 3 and y? It means what is 3 times y? 3 times y is 3y. Except when they substitute for you. When they say what is the product of 3 and y when y is 7? That means you will first start from when y is 7. Put 7 in place of y. Then you have 3 times 7. Your result is 21. When somebody asks you what is the positive difference between these two numbers, when they give you like that, what you need to do is to take the bigger one first, you write it, and then you will subtract the smaller one from it. So the answer you get will be your final answer. For example, can be 21 and 14. What is the difference between 21 and 14? It is just 21 minus 14, and you are going to get 7. So all those ones, we call it word problem. When the question is being asked in form of statement, we call it word problem. That means you have to interpret it to get it in an algebraic form. Look at these following questions. This one says y minus 5 equals 16. Of course, you should be able to do that. 3a plus 4 equals 46. You should be able to do that. Another one here is 9 equals 2x minus 1. You should be able to do that. 4n plus 5 all over 3 equals 7. So since 4n plus 5 all over 3 is standing as one fraction, you are good to cross multiply 3 times 7 and you have your answer. That will be 4n plus 5 equals 21. Then you subtract 5 from both sides, or you say collect the like terms. By the time you collect like terms, what we are going to have there is just 4n equals 21 minus 5, and that will be the next step. And when you say 21 minus 5, of course you see the answer there, and the next thing is to divide both sides by the number that is disturbing your n, which is 4. You divide both sides. Here you go. Then another one is we are having 4y plus 3y equals 16 minus 9. Normally 4y plus 3y, because they are both y, so you can add it together, 7y's. So that means 4y plus 3y gives you 7y. So you just have 7y equals 16 minus 9. And when you say 16 minus 9, you see the answer there, and then you divide both sides by that 7 that is disturbing your y. Regardless of the answer you get, that is your final answer. So before we round up now, I will just put questions and their solution. You can see it there, and if there is anyone that you don't understand, you can ask me. Look at this following, look at the question and look at the answer. You can see it, both sides, so you can look at it, look at the one at this side and look at the one at this side, and you see how I follow the questions step by step, step by step, step by step. And if you do that sincerely, you will become mathematician.